These impervious pavers allow the water to slowly migrate to drains below them and then in turn go off into the detention ponds on site. So it's intended to slow down the stormwater in a more controlled fashion and not create overburden of stormwater leaving the site. This area behind me is obviously green space. It adds foreground to the community center, but it provides a lot of functional attributes as well. It has the dry bottom detention pond that allows the stormwater to go to slowly dissipate in terms of drains below that to be able to slow down that deluge of heavy rains. The other thing that this does is it's actually a geothermal well field. We've got a number of wells that are drilled approximately 300 feet deep below the grassy area. They're tied together via pipes about 7 feet below the surface, and those pipes then in turn go in and service the geothermal heat pumps inside the building. These other units are the geothermal heat pumps, and so we have a series of them. They're about the size of a residential furnace, but they have 2 pipes that come into them, and that these pipes then ultimately tie back into the network of the geothermal wells that are outside the building. So that's taking we're taking the water into that loop system in the ground loop, and then depending on the season, we're either heating or cooling the water down by about 5 degrees from what the temperature is down in the ground, 200 to 300 feet below grade. And then that way we've got a medium that allows the heat pumps then to operate much more efficiently, and it gets us to about a 300% more energy efficient system than conventional system. We took our window bay concept and integrated it into the library footprint in 2 larger window bays. And so in these window bay areas that allow natural light to go into the reading areas and the main stack areas of the library, it introduces natural light to those areas, but one of the conflicts sometimes of that is also glare, but also how far can you get that natural light into the room. We're in one of the 2 window bay areas of the library. And of the 5 panes of glass, upper 2 pieces of glass are the Solera glass that is a light diffusing type of glass. So as sunlight comes through those upper panes, the material inside the glass refracts the light and throws it much further into the space. So we get a more even daylighting that occurs much deeper into the library reading room and stack area than would normally. And then our 3 lower lights in our more conventional glass that would have sun control over them, so that we still have the good natural light. We get a taller volume of space, but we don't have the glare problems that if we had treated this with conventional glass. The glass, as it throws a natural light into the space, is also aligned with the lights that we specified, which are all LED dimmable lights for light harvesting. So the indirect lights that we specified, along with the Solera glass that's throwing the natural daylighting into the space deeper, creates good lighting down at our lower stacks, where oftentimes you get more shade and shadow in your lower spaces. As we started to do the planning for the community center, we looked at the different needs of the library, the city hall, and the police station. And one of the things that we've kind of learned through that process is that if we could combine them all into one building, it gave us some good efficiencies of use of space. And so one of those efficiencies of use of space is the area we're standing in now, and this is the kind of the main commons area. It allows a larger gathering spot for all 3 endeavors to be able to occur. So to the one side, we've got the library programming space, which also doubles as city council chambers and for other meeting rooms, things like that. To my left would be City Hall. Also then off of the space is the library. We have 1 vestibule from that space. We've been doing geothermal at Straka Johnson Architects since the late 1980s, and we've done over 85 different facilities with geothermal. I have it in my office, and we have it in residences that we live in. And so it's another tool in our toolbox to be able to be good stewards of our resources going forward.